Okay, thanks for tuning in. Today's lesson, we're going to continue our focus on 10 basic checkmates. Now, this lesson is designed for beginning and novice level students. So these are the patterns we're going to kind of want to see in order to recognize opportunities to improve our game, to deliver a checkmate against our opponent. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to, again, talk to your chess instructors, your chess teachers, your chess masters. Also feel free to post a question onto this page. Let's get into it, and if you do not understand what checkmate is, please go ahead and watch the videos regarding checkmate for true beginners and beginning level students. So let's get into this. Okay, so now in this first example, we're going to deliver checkmate on the chocolate king. Using two bishops and versus a king. Now, the key square to kind of pay attention to is Lemonade's bishop at coordinate d6, and because it's attacking all of those dark green diagonal squares, sealing off an escape route for the king at coordinate b8. So all Lemonade has to do is go ahead and move that Lemonade bishop to coordinate d5. That d5, it has a strong, clear line of attack along the white diagonal squares, attacking the king successfully. That is going to be checkmate. Again, it's going to be checkmate because this king's not going to be able to run out of danger. He's still in check, has to return. He's not going to be able to run here to b8. We've got it sealed off. And the friendly pawn in front of it's preventing him from moving. So that's our first checkmate. Now, the next checkmate that we're going to talk about is a knight and queen checkmate. So kind of pay attention to how this goes. We are going to, let's do this. This is actually going to be perfect. Let's do this. We're going to have a knight right over here and have a queen right over here. Okay. Now, we're using a minor and a major piece working together. It's very important to know that the queen is a powerful attacking piece, but it usually needs help to deliver checkmate. Now, many basic checkmates use the queen to deliver the checkmate, supported by a minor piece. In this case, it is the knight. Remember, knights and bishops are minor pieces, while queens and rooks are considered major pieces. Now, although this example that I'm going to show you right now is simplified, it's going to illustrate an important checkmate pattern that can be utilized with the queen along with a supporting piece. Now, against a king stuck along one of the board's edges, and notice this king is stuck on the edge, and if I was playing as chocolate, I do not want to have my king on the edge of the board, especially during the end game, because it's going to prove disastrous for me. I have less fleeing squares in which I can escape to safely. Now, okay, for this checkmate to happen, what's going to happen here is the queen is simply going to move from coordinate a5 over here to c7. There's checkmate. The king's not going to be able to escape danger, and I know you guys can see why. Obviously, he's not going to be able to run to d8, d7. He's not going to be able to capture because of that protection by the minor piece knight protecting, nor will he be able to escape. Now again, it's important to recognize the pattern going on here. And the reason that we decided to create these videos is because assuming that there's a whole bunch of pieces on the board, there's no need to get confused or intimidated. It's once you recognize the patterns, you'll develop a certain type of feel toward where you can deliver checkmate. So again, if we had that, perhaps a knight right over here, we can deliver checkmate still right over here. At queen moves to c7, that's checkmate. So recognizing the pattern of the pieces. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the knight and you need practice with the knight, I encourage you to continuously practice the knight. It's a very great piece to learn in terms of its ability to move much different than any other piece. In fact, there's no piece that can move like the knight in the game of chess. So that's a checkmate with a knight and queen. Now the next checkmate that I would like to show you guys is a checkmate between a minor piece and another minor piece and a major piece versus a king and castling. So let's go ahead and bring this out right over here. Now notice that we've got the queen and the bishop creating a battery, and a battery is when two pieces are along the same attacking line. So rooks can create batteries, queens and bishops can create batteries, queens and rooks can create batteries. So in this example, it's going to be Lemonade's turn to move. All he or she's going to do is go ahead and capture that chocolate pawn at b7, and this is going to be checkmate. Okay. Now, notice the fianchetto line. So when you're playing against your opponent, or if you're playing to set up that checkmate, notice the fianchetto line just simply means there's only two lines that are the longest diagonal lines in chess. From h1 to a8 is a long line. We call that a fianchetto line. And h8 to a1, there's the other longest diagonal line. Italian word fianchetto. So when you see your opponent kind of setting up like this, and let's say you have a bishop right over here, or a bishop out on the middle of the board or something, go ahead and bring that bishop back, because we have to protect that king. Okay, so those are the patterns you're going to look for if you're chocolate. If you're playing as Lemonade, obviously you can see that you have your line set up pretty strong. Only that one more move for that checkmate, which I just showed you. Capturing that rook at b7 delivers that final blow of checkmate. So keep that in mind, and let's move on to the next type of checkmate. Now the next checkmate is actually using two minor pieces, and we're going to actually use a bishop and a knight. Now let's go ahead and do this. Now a bishop and a knight could actually deliver checkmate in an exciting way. Now notice that a bishop and a knight can also work together. They like to work together as minor pieces, so kind of keep that in mind. To secure checkmate, they can do it together, but they may need a little bit more help to do it, either from their own pieces or from a few conveniently placed defenders. And in this case, the conveniently placed defender is right over here at b6. So there's one move for checkmate. Notice that fianchetto line by the bishop at coordinate e4. So we could deliver checkmate in one move, and that one move is moving the knight to coordinate a6, and we can see that direct line of attack check. He's not going to be able to escape danger. And you'll notice that a lot of beginning students will kind of get confused as to where that checkmate is going to come from. They might think, we've seen this happen, they try to deliver the checkmate from this coordinate. Okay, they instead of moving the knight to a6, they will tend to move the knight to c6, and that's not going to be the correct move. Chocolate would just simply play right over here, and when the knight tries to go ahead and retreat, there's check, he just plays back. Or if the knight tries to retreat somewhere else, he can kind of get out and escape, or play back over here. He's going to want to protect that rook. So kind of pay attention to that. Now, that's it for now, so kind of keep that in mind. In today's lesson, we basically covered a couple things. We covered the two bishop checkmate. We covered a knight and a queen checkmate. We also covered the bishop and a queen checkmate, and a bishop and a knight checkmate. Thanks for watching. Recognize those patterns because they're extremely important. They're more important than just getting confused with all of the pieces. So continue to watch these videos, study the patterns, get familiar with the patterns, and this game should open up for you with a lot of practice and repetition in our chess clubs, classes, and tournaments. Good luck.